Hi, and thanks for watching the Friends of the Farm lecture series. Each session is designed to deliver a small and in-depth dose of cannabis education. My name is Candace Haas, and I want to thank all of our viewers and customers from the pharmacy, the pottery, and the Natural Healing Center, as well as all of our friends joining us from around the world. Please make sure to hit subscribe to get notified when we post new cannabis content. Today's episode is going to be a little different than usual. We're going to be more interactive. I'm really looking forward to today's content though, because we're going to be talking about yoga, mantras, and cannabis. Sage is a regular viewer of ours. When he reached out to discuss this topic, I thought it'd be a great idea, and I thought he'd be a wonderful person to talk about this and discuss these concepts. Sage is a Marine Corps veteran from Ohio. He began his journey back in 2009 when he was injured during his military service. In 2011, he graduated from Oaksterdam University, and then years later, in 2020, he began immersing himself in the ancient healing methods and adopting various techniques from the elements, such as the Vedas, the Ayurveda, and yoga, and then applying those to the medical cannabis to increase his relief. With the company that he started, Sages and More Organics, his goal is to spread access to organic foods while cultivating spiritual seeds, clearing and balancing energies through educating clients on the yogic and Ayurvedic approaches to living, while also incorporating cannabis used to supplement your health and overall quality of life. So yeah, I really enjoyed, learning personally more about these ancient um, ways of like healing people. I think it's, not only just cannabis alone, but it's, about your diet, it's about exercise, and about these other ancient ways of healing people, all combined that people can heal themselves. So I was really, really enjoyed like getting to know Sage more and like the work he's been doing. So really excited to have you on, Sage. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Candace, for having me. I really appreciate the pharmacy having me here, Sages and More Organics, to expand the knowledge base of what we can do with cannabis, including yoga, spirituality.
Yeah.
And I hope this information I provide today can help anyone along in their healing journey. And please remember that this is for educational purposes. Always consult a professional medical provider for medical related concerns or issues. Always pay attention to your body and where you are at today. Be easy on yourself, in a sense, not to commit violence to yourself through forcing a pose. Always modify as needed. If something does not feel right in your body, do not do this, including the breath, restraint, and pranayama, or just any breath process and any pranayama. If it doesn't feel right, move to a modification that does feel right within your body, whether that's changing the times, the way you're breathing, how long, how you're breathing. Go ahead and modify it to your body's needs. Because what we're at one day will be different from the other day. If something does not feel right in your body, don't do it. The breath should always be long, smooth, and controlled in the practice that we're going to be doing. There are breaths like the breath of fire where it's short and fast. It should not be choppy or forced. Now again, pay attention to where your breath is and breathe comfortably. Also, a special thank you. I want to say thank you to Candace, the pharmacy, and the Pharmacy Lecture Series, Friends of the Farm Lecture Series. And the cannabis industry is lucky to have you guys doing this webinar, studying truth and wisdom. Namaste to you. As well as Emerson and his team at Noble Glass in Eugene, Oregon, for making this beautiful piece of art over here, my bong with the chakras and the kundalini snake rising through it. I'm going to go ahead and show you right now and kind of explain it. So right here you have the root, the sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakras. You have the kundalini snake representing the earth with the green color and the heavenly base. So the earth represents the female energy, which is the kundalini, the Shakti energy rising from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra where the male energy resides. And we'll get into this a little bit deeper later. But the heaven also represents the male energy. And this is a great representation of kundalini yoga, which has to do with chakra activation and uniting the Shakti energy with the Shiva energy, the male energy with the female energy. I really appreciate them doing this custom work because they don't normally do this kind of custom bong. They do have custom bongs on their website. They do kind of just sit with a set kind of specifications. So I really appreciate them taking on this special project for me. And here in Eugene, Oregon, it's a local glass company, Noble Glass. Um, so, who am I? My name is Sage Endo Om Cannabis Hum. I'm the founder of Sages and More Organics. I'm a Marine Corps veteran from Ohio, and right after the Marine Corps service, I went to Oaksterdam University in 2011. My healing journey began after I had the jet fuel exposure in 2009, where I went to binging to alcohol, doing self-medication, what I could to get through military service. But after I got out of military service, my healing began with the cannabis, where that actually kept me alive. And we'll get more into that when I talk about some of the reactions I've had. In 2018, I had a reaction to what was supposed to be vitamin D from the VA, and it, I remember it like it was yesterday. I took the vitamin. I used to have no problem taking it. I took it like 2015, 2016. I went off of it because of medication reactions. But when I took it again, it dissolved in my throat, and it was like a light blue substance. It was bitter and almond tasting, which I know is not vitamin D because vitamin D is not water soluble. So I don't know what that was, but it did cause my chemical issues to progress. And from that point on, I had to smoke cannabis in order to get water down or food down first thing in the morning. Otherwise, I'd have to go upside down and make the water. Like, I took a sip of water, I'd have to go upside down and have gravity pull it out, just like I did with the vitamin D when I had that reaction, or what was supposed to be vitamin D. In 2020, I met with Kat Hammonds in Rootstown, Ohio, and she does Ayurveda and shamanic energy work, shamanic journeying. She brought me into the combination of Ayurveda and the energy, the spiritual side of healing, which was the whole mind, body, soul approach. And then I combined it with the cannabis, which really progressed the entourage effect that cannabis can give with natural treatments. In 2022, I finally got my chemical testing done, which showed that it was the jet fuel from the exposure in 2009. In 2009, when I had the jet fuel exposure, I had chemical burns in my feet and my shins. I also had numbness and tingling peripheral neuropathy going on from the hips down, which also was irritating the sciatic nerve. I also had migraines, and I had increased issues with my jaw and TMJ. In this process, I tried to see the naval officer with my unit, and she said, literally, I cannot see you, which denied me medical care at that time, which would have helped a lot, having gotten actual appropriate medical care to detox things out years and years ago instead of being ignored. The VA also, with all my chemical issues, before I had the chemical testing, my naturopath told me what I was telling the VA, where I had this experience where it felt like on a molecular level, things are just like running into each other and not reacting and not communicating properly, that they told me that was all PTSD, and they gaslit me on my symptoms. And cannabis kept me alive. If it wasn't for cannabis, I wouldn't have found Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy to find the help and find the truth about what was going on with my body. Now, I've also had to move to surviving eating organic, all-natural foods. So I stick with the USDA organic certified all-natural foods, little to no processing. I do still have things like chocolate, but I have to make sure it's organic all the way through. There's a few ingredients, a lot of ingredients. I have to pay attention to certain things as well as like whether or not it's processed with alkali, because alkali processed chocolate causes reactions for me. But I do have to pay attention to all those details. So from the jet fuel, this permeated my body, and it's changed my physiology, or my skin is more absorbent than it's supposed to be, and certain things like that after this being in my body for a decade, causing all these reactions to everything and these heightened sensitivities, because your body can only handle so much of a toxic level before it's just topped off. Now, this is why I built my business, because I need something that I can, one, work on my health and work and help other people. And I want to be able to help other people and spread the wisdom that I've gained. And that has not been I haven't been able to maintain my health at any other job working for anybody else. So I had to find something that I could build myself. And I want to do this through teaching the various elements of Vedas, Ayurveda, yoga, that I applied to my teaching to medical cannabis in order to direct the effects and increase the relief from medicating cannabis. By medicating the prana, by smoking after activating the body through sauna practice, clearing the pathways with pranayama breath work, and then solidifying the intention by directing the effects with the guided meditation, yoga nidra, and sound bath. So kind of to start going over the methodology, or to go over the methodology about what it all is, we already kind of grazed over the sauna practice for activating the body, to activate the desired body parts. So you can target just certain body parts with just certain asanas. You don't have to do a full set or of anything. You just do a couple asanas, do the pranayama work, breathing into the asanas, activate those body parts, do the smoking pranayama, meditation, and instill your intention, your sankalpa. And this prepares the energy systems before medicating with the cannabis by activating through the asana practice and the pranayama. During the asana practice, we want to really focus the breath into the body parts, including all the way to the tips of our toes, the tips of our fingers, the top of our head. And experience asana pranayama practice, one can feel their prana even beyond their fingertips. I have personally experienced this, and you can read about it in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Then, by utilizing Nadi Swadhana, alternate nostril breathing, we're going to clear the energy channels, the Nadis, subchakras throughout the body. And there's two main ones, the Ida and Pingala. The Ida is the left, and the Pingala is the right. The right is the more heating. The left is cooling. So the left is associated with the moon, the lunar, and the right is associated with the sun. So if you are hot, you can do breathing through your left nostril to cool down. If you are cold, you can do breathing exercises through your right nostril to warm up. Following the alternate nostril breathing, there will be a 3-part breath called dirga, bong, particularly in regards to space or time, pranayama, and that will cycle in smoking with fresh air that is as comfortable for the individual smoking. Now I have my method that I also focus the attention on the chakras in the 3-part breath. So the first part, we will focus on the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra. Breathing in one breath. The next breath will be breathing into the heart chakra space. The next breath will be breathing into the throat chakra space. Then you'll hold and focus your attention on the third eye and crown. Then back on the third eye, the crown and the third eye. Back down to the throat chakra, exhaling. Exhaling again at the heart chakra, and exhaling from the solar plexus, sacral, and the root chakras. And just going back and forth in that cycle. Inhaling and exhaling in that 3-part breath. Incorporating cannabis whenever you like. I generally like to do it the first breath, and then I do just pure air, because the first breath you bring in the medicine, the next 2, it spreads it out, it makes it circulate, and it gets it to the body parts. You have the air to help push it through, and as well as you have some fresh oxygen with the smoke, which helps in just kind of keeping your throat from getting too dry, as well as any other symptoms from coughing or anything like that, which will disrupt the breathing process. In doing this, it activates, clears, and balances and aligns the chakra system. After the smoking pranayama, there will be a yoga nidra meditation with a sound bath focused on the chakra alignment. Now, the elements of smoking cannabis spiritually and using a bong may seem very strange to most people. Like, why would you use a bong spiritually? How would you use a bong spiritually? I'm going to get into that, but first I'm going to explain a little bit about yoga and that it's not a religion. It is a philosophy. The various gods in yoga philosophy are actually all one god, with many different manifestations for different jobs or actions that they carry out. In yoga philosophy, it explains how the manifestation of a god or a higher energy comes from the mind and understanding of the perceiver, whereas many religions have similar underlying methods and overlapping beliefs, yet different sages, prophets, gods, angels, and more that are based on the time frame and origin and the societies that they come from. You even see their fears show up a lot in the religions. They have some dharmas that they can't really explain. The Vedas state that the gods will not provide information the receiver cannot understand. As such, the energies manifest in the forms we are accustomed to. When we're taken into consideration that the bong holds the main elements within its use and can be a divine element in offering and sacrifice through burning and inhaling the cannabis, taking it within our bodies in the inner altar, our prana, our life force, piercing through our chakras, the nadis, to remove the blockages, restore balance, and deliver bliss, ananda, to the gods or a higher power of your understanding. In the Vedas, there is a statement, I take you within, meaning the body, with restraining. When invoking the gods for helping the aspirant in their seeking of knowledge, willpower, right thinking, clarity, guidance, strength, healing, protection, among others. This can be done with smoking cannabis through yoga. I'm going to explain a little bit about the endocannabinoid system so you understand how cannabis plays into this. The system that is like cannabis with endocannabinoid, working on the CB1 and CB2 receptors. The one main endocannabinoid that I'm going to talk about is anandamide. It's known for creating feelings of bliss. Anandamide activates CB1 receptors and are most densely expressed in the central nervous system. CB1 receptors mediate effects for cannabinoids in the brain. CB1 receptors, they deal with food intake, memory, learning processes, drug addiction, neuroprotection, social behaviors, anxiety, and among others. They are found in the nerve cells in the brain, spinal cord, as well as the peripheral organs and tissues like white blood cells, the spleen, endocrine glands, gastrointestinal system, reproductive system, and urinary tract, to name just a couple of them. Now, getting to kind of explaining Ayurveda and how it pulls into the healing in the body. The complementary system to yoga, a sister science of yoga, it is also rooted from ancient cultures of 5,000 years plus. Ayurveda is the original science and studied the fundamentals of life, and where all science, particularly related to the human body and all medical systems, sprouted from the seeds that was planted by Ayurveda. Ayurveda takes into consideration the elemental aspects of our bodies and organs, with such a format of dense element, subtle element, sense organ, motor organ, function as such. Ether, sound, ears, vocal cords, and speaking. The three vital energies, doshas, pitta, vata, kapha. Each dosha is made up of a combination of two elements. The doshas make up our body's constitution, and our bodies are a combination of all three, usually one or two that are predominant over the third. Yet in some people, they may be more or less balanced, each to a different degree in everybody. Now, everybody requires different things at different times to restore the balance within our bodies, and each person has an individual baseline that is a normal balance. That does not mean equal pitta, vata, and kapha. This also means that even for the same illnesses, each and every person will need a different treatment, varying to different degrees depending on the cause, the level of imbalance, the individual's natural balance, and many other individualistic factors, includes the doshas, elements, taste, Agni, digestive fire, spirituality, tissues, energy channels, subtle body energies, exercise, awareness, meditation, pranayama, yoga, yoga nidra, oil treatments, leisure, vacation, daily routine, maintaining wellness, tongue scraping, massage, intimacy, sleep, and dreams, mind and emotions, food and diet, relationships, karma, work, and lifestyle in line of balance or opposed with the individual's dharma. I know this from my life experience. Whenever I went away from cannabis, like whenever I trusted the VA, I had to stop using cannabis to go through their treatments. I ended up with multiple serious adverse reactions. When I stopped smoking cannabis before all that, actually when I did start at one prescription, I ended up getting divorced. So it's like my life has been the opposite of that song because I got high, where it's like everything that goes wrong was because I stopped using cannabis. So obviously my dharma has to do with the cannabis industry, the cannabis plant, and I've come to realize yoga and Ayurveda as well, the healing aspect of all of these different branches. Now Ayurveda has 8 major disciplines that are collectively known as Ashtanga Ayurveda. Now for the 8 branches of Ayurveda: Kaya Chikitsa, internal medicine; Bala Chikitsa, treatment of children, pediatrics; Graha Chikitsa, demonology, psychology; Erdhavanga Chikitsa, treatment of disease above the clavicle; Charya Chikitsa, surgery; Damstra Chikitsa, toxicology; Jara Chikitsa, geriatrics, rejuvenation; Versha Chikitsa, aphrodisiac, therapy. Okay. Now the elements of smoking using the bong. I'm going to grab the bong to kind of go through this one.
Thank you for all this information, Sage. I find it all so interesting.
I know it's a lot of information. I'm just trying to get it in as quickly as I can. Okay, so for the bong, the elements that we hold within the bong. First, we have earth, the minerals and oils that are on the cannabis plant, the trichomes, the oils. The earth is the plant. The minerals are in the plant. We have, with the bong, we have the lighter for fire, which I don't have one on me. We have light that comes from the lighter. heat that comes from the fire, the combustion that converts the matter to smoke, which is the gas element that comes from the fire element, the Agni, the lighter, water, and ice. If you have an ice catcher in your bong, this is a soft glass, so I won't have an ice catcher in it. But you can have that cooling and lubricating and moisturizing elements from the water and from the ice. Also from the water, you have the percolation, the sound. So you have sound element. Now we have also the fact that it's vata, it's drying, because the smoke is drying. You also have the air and the breath, the smoke, which is also medicating our prana. So you have all of those elements medicating the life force, which creates space, another element within our body, and also the space outside around us that our smoke, our breath pervades after we exhale. All together, the combination activates the consciousness element, expanding one's consciousness through the divine. Now, in the Vedas, cannabis is said to have an anti-demonic effect. And in the Vedas, they talk about demonic as being wrong thinking, depression, disease, divisions, anxiety, fear, jealousy, any of those emotions or wrong thinking, entities or things that make us sick, viruses and bacteria, those as well. They're considered demonic entities, demonic energies. In yoga, it means union, to yoke. And in this process, we're yoking the body with the prana and the physical body, koshas becoming the pressed stones that release and purify to bliss in the Ananda Maya kosha. Release as a pure essence of soma, bliss, which should be offered to the gods as one sacrifice to the yajna. The inner yajna is often called journeying, generally in the realm of shamanic journeying. You know this mostly as like the upper realm and lower realm that they go to. This is a place of introspection. The outer yajna is our daily lives. And through yoga, we yoke our bodies to release the bliss, ananda, our offering to the gods. Also, just a little note on shamanic journeying. I am participating in a research study, and it's really interesting to get to see it finally getting researched, where they're measuring the heart rate variability and the brain waves. And it showed, because normally in like beginner meditators, you just see the alpha wave go up, and you might see the gamma wave if they are meeting with, spike up if they're meeting with like their guide or their deity, the energy, that higher level energy that they're supposed to be meeting with in these alternate realities. States of consciousness that they go into. And mine, it showed that my alpha wave went up with my delta and theta waves, which shows experienced meditators, experience in meditation. And then also my gamma, in the 9 minutes that we were measuring the journey, it spiked up several times. I didn't get an actual number, but each one of those times was when I was meeting with my guide or the god deity, and it's very interesting to actually see this research and going through the experience, because like I know I met with my guides, but it's actually cool to see it show up on the brainwaves. So smoking, yoga, Ayurveda, and spirituality. Dhumapana vidhi in Ayurveda, it means inhalation of smoke. As said by many great sages such as Atreya, the person who wishes to take care of himself, his health, should always, daily, inhale the smoke of drugs to prevent the onset of diseases of the parts above the shoulders arising from the increase of kapha, vata, and for the cure of diseases which have already arisen. Now, above the shoulders, if you're talking like mental, kapha would be depression, vata would be anxiety, paranoia, schizophrenia, or PTSD, where you're in that hypervigilant state. The sacrificial altar, Yupa, referred to by Vanaspati. Yupa, the sacrificial post, is the Yajamana's subtle body in which was placed all his emotions and his mental constructions to be offered to the divine. In the Vedas, it actually also states the bari grass seat that the gods sit on is the seat of the soul inside the body. The divine reside within us in many places through the Yajurveda, the saying, I take you in with restraining. This can be experienced, and this is They all have their own house within our body in different places. So when you take them in with restraining, you're taking them into where they are supposed to be inside your body. And I'm not going to go into the details because that's a whole another like hour-long conversation. But this can be experienced by holding the breath, particularly with the sacrifice of burning the plant matter such as cannabis. When done with a bong in a spiritual manner, the energy and chakra clearing intention, sacrifice, and union of the cannabis with the subtle body, and stating, I take you in with restraining to the deity that you're speaking to, paves a pathway directly to the divine. I'm going to go ahead and explain the different pranas now. The main prana is associated with the head, lungs, heart. Udana is the diaphragm and throat. Samana has to do with the navel on the in-breath, and the space our prana pervades on the exhale. The lower abdomen is the apana. The Vyana originates in the heart and is distributed throughout. All right, so prana, I already said head, lungs, heart. Movement is inward and upward. It's a vital life force, and a balanced prana leads to a balanced and calm mind and emotions. Apana, lower abdomen. Movement is outward and downward. It is related to the processes of elimination, reproduction, and skeletal health. Absorption of nutrients, balanced apana leads to healthy digestive and reproductive systems. Udana, diaphragm, throat. Movement is upward. It is related to the respiratory functions, speech, and functioning of the brain. Balanced Udana leads to a healthy respiratory system, clarity of speech, healthy mind, good memory, creativity. Samana, navel. Movement is spiral. Concentrated around the navel like a churning motion. It is related to digestion on all levels. Its balanced samana leads to a healthy metabolism. Vyana originating from the heart, distributed throughout. Movement is outward and circulatory, like a circulatory process. It is related to the circulatory system, nervous system, cardiac system as well. Balanced Vyana leads to healthy heart circulation and balanced nerves. Prana in the Sanskrit word means life force. Pranic healing is an energy treatment that uses prana to balance, harmonize, and transform the body's energy processes. All the sciences shows the harmful effects of smoking have been from smoking cigarettes, not cannabis, not even tobacco. We don't actually know anything about cannabis or tobacco smoke, because what we are researching is the chemicals they add, the hundreds to thousands of chemicals that are added to cigarettes. And it is proven that we know that these chemicals, they cause cancer and other health issues. They also are made to make cigarette smoking more addictive. So people are smoking more than they would otherwise, which also changes the results of what the testing would show. Because you're increasing how much you're smoking, you're increasing the heat that your mouth and your throat is exposed to, which also increases the amount of change that your body can be exposed to, leading to cancer. And I think that everyone can agree that no one should be smoking hundreds to thousands of chemicals added to cigarettes. And I want to kind of go over this as well. Like, so sage, burning sage is very good for clearing negative energies. My naturopath recommended burning and smudging sage to help with mold toxins that I've come into contact with. And detoxing out, it helps clean the body and helps purify the body for it. And as well as I add rose. So I add a little bit of that white sage, organically grown rose. My naturopath also recommended that I utilize mullein. Mullein is like a lung tonic. So you smoke this, and it helps. It's as an expectorant. It helps clean out the lungs of anything that's built up, any tars, toxins. And then for relaxation, I also like to use a little bit of lavender. And this also is nice if you're like happen to smoke in areas like, you know, where you may be around other people who don't enjoy the smell as much. And it spreads. It just, the wind blows. They're going to smell a little bit of it, not intentionally. If you have a little bit of lavender or something else in there, it changes the smell. They may not be so put off by it. All right, so cannabis, chakras, nadis, and asana. Yoga, nidra, mantras, and prana. Medicating the prana directly by smoking cannabis is one of the most efficient ways to apply cannabis medicine. Prana, our breath, our life force, travels through all of our energy channels, chakras, and nadis. There are 114 chakras and 72,000 nadis, or up to 350,000 nadis, depending on the source. And this is internally and externally. And there's so many different things that say both the numbers. Main thing I like to focus on is the main chakra systems and then all associated chakras and nadis. That's what my focus is when I meditate. I don't focus on I can focus on certain ones, but I just focus on the overall reaching the whole system related to the main 7 systems. All right, so our chakras and subchakras. Our prana and life force and breath goes through each and every one of these, giving all of our cells oxygen. And you can reach this process with the yoga practice by doing the asana practice and utilizing your breath, putting it into the body parts, all the way past the tip of your fingers, heating the body parts, getting the vibration of the breath going through them. The medicated prana can bring those body parts to a state of homeostasis and healing. This also goes into utilizing other aspects of yoga, such as the asanas really help with that, the pranayama, bandhas, and locks. So bandhas would be like the Mudalata bandha, the root bandha. You're tightening up your pelvic floor and your rectum and pulling it all upward. And the reproductive organs, you're pulling them up in, tightening that tightening that whole area. With the Uddiyana bandha, you would be having a straight and lengthened spine, pulling tight at your core, but not curving inward. You still want to have the straight back so that you can also have your shoulders back, almost touching, and shoulders also down away from the ears. If you also can take a moment and when you're doing it, if you can focus on the throat lock, having your throat slightly back, restricting the airflow so you can feel it more like a thread going through. That is one more lock that is helpful to get the throat area and the energy going upward to the third eye into the crown. You can also have your tongue touching the roof of your mouth. That is one more version of the lock to get the energy to just flow right through the energy channels and up through the throat to the third eye to the crown. Using the different bandhas and locks, you also have your hands when they're on the ground in certain poses like downward dog, where they're locked to the ground. You have the energy that you can feel pulsating from the ground into your hands and your feet. Those are another locks. This whole process and getting the energy to flow through all these channels and focusing the energy is one way to get the prana also to focus medicine right to those body parts. I use also mudras. This is the Namaste mudra. You see many different mudras. I'm not going to go into that all today. Namaste is a pretty simple one I'm going to stick with today. Mantras and pranayama to pervade specific body parts and heat the body with the prana. While medicating with cannabis by smoking, you can target the desired body part, systems, functions that you intend to medicate. And it's further made effective and relevant with meditation, with the intentions, sankalpa, and the focus on the healing or function for which you are medicating for your general yoga nidra session. It's also been very beneficial to add a sound bath. It has the vibrations balancing out your energy systems. Energy healing is a therapy based on the understanding that the body and mind has an invisible energy field, that when this energy flow is blocked or unbalanced, one can become sick. Unblocking this energy can help promote healing and well-being. There are many kinds of energy therapies, some which use treatments such as light, sound, and magnets, and some which use several mind-body techniques. Mind-body energy healing techniques are based on mantras, meditations, breathing exercises, physical exercises, and relaxations, on belief that the human thoughts, feelings, and emotions can affect both physical and mental well-being. I'm going to explain a little bit about Kundalini Yoga so you understand why the bong and why Kundalini is on it, why it's so important. For Kundalini Yoga, the goal is to activate the chakra centers and raise the feminine energy, Shakti energy, from the root chakra through the chakras to the third eye crown chakra, where the male energy, Shiva energy, resides. And this creating a union of the two energies within, bringing you a direct connection to the divine source of your pranic energy. This also helps recalibrate your energy system so your body can go into a homeostatic and healing state. Our subtle body communicates with the subtle body of everyone we come into contact with in their auric field, with our auric field, which is also one of the reasons why it's so important to do work on your own energy body and clear out everything you come into contact with, because you're picking up stuff all the time. Every time you pass by anybody, any animal, you're picking up a little bit of their auric field. Our subtle body is an energetic system that is connected to and emitted by our nervous system. It's conveyed through our prana, and it passes through our chakra and nadi energy channels. By going through these next chakras, I'll teach you different mantras, the bija mantras, to help activate the chakra centers. But first, I'm going to describe a little bit of the chakras. So the root, Mudalara root support is what it means. The bija, the mantra, is Lam. Lam. It has to do with the earth element. Location is the feet to pelvic floor. Body parts have to do with adrenals, feet, legs, bones, large intestine, teeth. The function has to do with survival and grounding. The color is red. The next chakra up is the sacral, Sladhisthana. It has to do with sweetness, or it means sweetness. The bija is Vam. Vam. It has to do with the water element. Location is the genitals, lower abdomen, womb. Body parts, ovaries, testicles, bladder, circulatory system, womb. Function is desire, pleasure, sexuality, reproduction, and the color is orange. For any of the chakras, a disc or a lotus is a great visualization with the colors associated. Solar plexus is the next chakra up. It's called Manipura. Lustrous gem is what it means. It has to do with the fire element. Location is in the navel. Body parts are the pancreas, adrenals, digestive system, muscles, and function. Is willpower, motivation, divine, or drive. It has the mantra for it. The bija mantra is Ram. Ram. And as you can see, the color is yellow. The next chakra up is the heart chakra. The anahata, unstruck, is what it means. Its mantra bija is Yam. Yam. It has to do with the air element. Location is from the hands to the heart. Body parts is the thymus, heart, lungs, pericardium, arms, hands. Function is love. Color is green or pink. So a green or pink disc or lotus is a great visualization tool. The next one up is the throat chakra, Visuddha. Purification is what it means. The bija is Ham. And it has to do with the sound element. Location is the throat. Body parts, thyroid, parathyroid, neck, shoulders, arms, hands. Function is creativity, communication. The color is bright blue. The third eye, Anja, to perceive, to command, is what it means. The bija, A-U-M, which you often see as O-M, it's the same thing. Usually pronounced A-U-M, and I generally do it from the root, the deep A, all the way up to the U, the crown, ending with an M in the throat. This has to do with the light element. Location is between the eye and the center of the forehead, right above the eyes. And the body parts have to do with the pineal gland, eyes as well. So it has to do with intuition, sight, visualization, seeing. And then the color of it is indigo. And the top chakra, the crown, the Sahasrara, thousandfold, it means eternal, thousandfold. The bija, Om, or Om again, or just silence. So I'll just take a moment of silence for this one. The element has to do with consciousness, hence the silence, the meditation. Location is the top of the head and above the head. Body parts, pituitary, cerebral cortex, central nervous system. The function is wisdom, intellect, understanding, consciousness, and the color is either white or violet. It's a great thing to do with a white or violet meditation, focusing on a lotus or a disc. When you do it, try to focus on the disc, see if it's moving or if it's stuck or what's going on with it, what you need to do to get it spinning and flowing properly. That's one of the great ways to focus on clearing a chakra. We'll get more into that with the Yoga Nidra meditation. All right, so Yoga Nidra and the 5 koshas. Yoga Nidra means to sleep consciously and works in the 5 koshas to boost memory, sleep, confidence, breath awareness, reduction of stress and anxiety, lower the blood pressure, decrease insomnia, relieve pain, balance the nervous system, boost the immune system, balance the chakras, and overall relaxation. And it works on the different koshas. There's 5 of them. The first one being the physical body, Annamaya kosha, known as the food body. It contains muscles, bones, tendons, and ligaments. The second one is the energy body, Pranamaya kosha, travels through the energy channels, chakras, nadis, and travels on the breath. The third one is the mind body, Manomaya kosha, where our mind and emotions reside. The fourth one is the wisdom body, Vijnanamaya kosha, where our intellect resides. The fifth one, our bliss body, Anandamaya kosha, where our bliss soma is obtained after purification and pressing through the works out of the outer layers. It provides the bliss of pure consciousness and the sense of spiritual fullness. Offering in the sacrifices soma, bliss to the gods, higher power of your understanding, creates a direct connection to the divine energy source that pervades all of existence. Sound baths, vibrational healing, and mantras. With any illness, there is an imbalance in one of the chakra energy centers, and a sound bath creates a vibrational frequency that recalibrates the chakra centers in correlated body parts, organs, putting the body back in a state of balance and homeostasis. Similar to how cannabis balances and harmonizes our body systems and puts us in homeostasis, allows our bodies to heal. Similarly, the energy healing from things like Reiki, as well as Yoga Nidra, shamanic energy work, sound baths, and vibrational healing, they work on the subtle body, removing the imbalances within our 5 koshas. Then the energy transfers through the chakras and associated nadis to the body parts and organs to put in energy back in balance and remove negative energy, stuck energy, and blockages to open, restore, and balance the energy flow that increases the body's ability to heal. Sound therapy also helps relax the vagal nerve and the entire nervous system in reducing stress, anxiety, insomnia, and PTSD symptoms, among others. Vedic mantra chikitsa is an ancient science, a sister science to Ayurveda, and is based on chanting Vedic mantras and awakening the body's natural healing mechanisms. When it's used correctly with a systematic chanting, the end user receives a positive energy, allowing the body to return back to its normal homeostatic state. The Vedic mantras are an energy, vibrational, and sound-based treatment for physical and mental illness, using Sanskrit mantras that localize vibrations of different parts of the body when done properly. As such, with the bija mantras for activating the chakra centers. All right, before we start the yoga practice, I always like to do some mantras since we just discussed it, it's appropriate time for it too. We're going to do the Surya Gayatri mantra and the Agni Gayatri mantra. Surya is the god of the sun, the higher intellect, illuminated mind, and Agni, the internal fire, digestion, or the fire that's burning the cannabis and combusting it into gas. So for the Surya Gayatri mantra, and Gayatri just means hymn or song. It also is a well-known deity of knowledge and virtue. She is the consort of Brahma, which are all, like I said before, the same god with different faces. All right, Surya Gayatri mantra. Om Bhaskare Vidmahi Martande Dhimahi Tanna Surya Prachodayat. It means Om. Let me meditate on the sun god. O maker of the day, give me higher intellect, and let the sun god illuminate my mind. The Agni Gayatri mantra. Om Mahajalave Vidmahi Agni Mahaye Dhimahi Tanno Agni Prachodayat. Means Om. Let me meditate on the great flame. O God of fire, grant me higher intellect. Oh, let the radiant God of fire illuminate my mind. And I apologize for anyone who's really good at Sanskrit if I'm slowly learning it as I go. It's something I'm trying to master myself, but I definitely don't know how to say all the different tones yet. It is a skill that takes a lot of practice. We're going to go ahead and get into the yoga. If you want to go ahead and get your mats ready, your blocks ready, and get set on your mat, we will get started with that in just a moment.
And if people don't have blocks, they could also use a blanket folded up, right?
Yes, you can use a blanket, a bolster if you have one, pillows. This is a bolster, so it's just like a big pillow. We're not doing too many poses where you would likely need a block anyway. I kept it pretty simple because it's a yoga nidra workout or warm-up, not a whole workout of a vinyasa or a hatha, where it goes through a whole lot more poses, a lot more difficulty. This is just a warm-up for the yoga nidra where we're going to be resting.
Yeah, and thank you so much for all of this and for all the explanation that you did in the beginning, so that once we got to this point, we're just going into all these different, wonderful exercises. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me here for this. I'm really excited to do this. I'm glad that we're expanding the horizon of what people can do with cannabis. All right, so I would like you to come to the easy pose. It's just a kind of a natural seated pose. You can have your legs crossed. You can have one out in front. You'll have them stacked, whatever is comfortable in your body. You're going to sit up tall. Take a moment just to settle in your body. Take a few breaths. Feel where you're at right this moment. Be only here. Put everything from earlier in the day out of your mind. And remember, this is your practice, your body. Do not try to do perfect asanas, and do not do violence to your body. Pay attention to where you're at. Do what is comfortable. If something's not comfortable, modify it. All right, so easy pose, Sukhasana. It's the root bija. We're going to go ahead and start off with, first we're going to do a Suthi grind, then we'll do the bija, kind of get warmed up. In the Suthi grind, you're just going to be rotating, moving your shoulders forward from the hips. So you're rotating from the hips. And you're going to be breathing out when you go up front, breathing in when you come back. Out when you come in the front, rounding out to the front, coming around to the back, breathing in, breathing out along the front. And then you're going to do this a few times, and I will tell you when to stop at the top and move the other direction in just a moment. Really focus on the breath and where it's at in your body.
I can hear you cracking, Sage. You're doing a really good stretch.
Yeah, I usually do get some kind of a chiropractic adjustment from yoga. All right, so at this point, when you're at the top, stop and start going in the other direction. And this just starts to activate the energy from the root of the spine, the Kundalini energy. It starts to wake it up. It also expands our subtle body in all directions. All right, now you're back at the top, sit in the center, and we're going to just refocus our spine straight. Breathing in, pulling up, your chest up, and the head up. And breathing out. Completely breathing in and out. On this next breath, we're going to move to do the Lam Bija for the root chakra. We're going to do this just like 3 times to get the energy to be able to start to feel the energy in the chakra. Focus your breath and your energy down in the root chakra area, in your pelvic floor. And then to kind of prepare us for the smoking part, which is going to be an easy pose with a modified cat-cow position, where cat, you're exhaling and you're pulling your stomach in, rounding your back, your shoulders forward like a cat. Breathing out all the way. Breathing in, rounding, straightening your spine, your shoulders back, down, chest and neck and throat up. Looking upward. This is cow, modified cow, and easy pose. And that'll be the inhale. The exhales, you want to try to move, exhaling everything out, pushing everything out in the cat pose. Pulling your stomach towards your spine, but lengthening your spine upward so it's not constricted. And then breathing in the cow. Do a couple more rounds of this. Really feel your breath in your body. This is a very meditative practice. So take these moments of silence to really introspectively feel your body and where it's at and where the breath is and what energy you're feeling inside of your body. And these energy systems being activated. All right, now coming back up to the center, we're going to move on to the next pose, which will activate our sacral. We're moving to bridge pose. So come on your back, your feet at the end of the mat. Hands can be by your hips. Back flat on the ground. You want your knees bent, with your feet close to your butt. And you're going to lift up your pelvis. Have your hands and your feet firmly planted on the ground to lock those bandhas. And feel the energy coming out of the ground, grounding yourself with your shoulders, your hands, and your feet. Lifting up with your pelvic floor. Focusing the energy in the sacral area. We're going to go ahead and do the sacral mantra, bija mantra, Vam. Breathe in. Vam. 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 Now taking complete deep breaths in and out, just feel your body and feel the energy system waking up and just pay attention to what you feel on your insides of your body. Hold the pose for just a little bit longer, taking a few more deep breaths. And just introspectively meditate on the feelings of the energy systems waking up. You can visualize the orange disc spinning or a lotus. All right, so after the bridge pose, once you've taken a few breaths, You're going to come to a seated pose with your legs out straight. And this is Satu Bandha Sarvagasana. And that was actually the last one. This is Hashimoto Savasana. I forgot to say the last one. We're going to stretch out. So if you can, you might have your hands by your knees. You might have your hands by your shins. You might be able to grab your toes. You might be able to put your hands all the way back. Just depends on what your practice is. Try to keep a straight spine, not rounded. So if you can reach this, but is your spine straight? So try to keep a straight spine. See where you can reach and just stretch out. Feel the energy going through your legs. Take a few breaths and see if you can't feel your breath in your toes, in your fingertips. Breathing all the way deep. Breathing out, trying to breathe into your toes and into your fingertips. Staying with what's comfortable in your body, don't overpush it. A couple more breaths in this pose. You should be feeling your body warming up. The whole body should be feeling a little bit warmer. And if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, it's the breath where you can kind of hear that the breath goes through. It's a little restricted on the in and out breath. If you put your hand up to your face and you go like you're kind of fogging up a mirror, that's what you're trying to want to get with the breath. Doing that in inhale and exhale will increase the effects of the pranayama practice. So if you are familiar with it, or if you can play around with that, if it feels comfortable, go ahead and do it. If not, stick with your regular breath. Do not push yourself. All right, we're going to move on to the next pose. We're going to move to boat. And this one, you're just going to sit back on your low back. You're going to have your legs up if you can, as much as you can. Try to put your hands out. If you need to, you can put your hands behind you. You can have your legs bent if you need to. Modify as needed. You can also, if you have a blanket and it's a little bit difficult, you can have something helping you with the boat pose. Or if you have a strap, that's also good as well. I know I didn't mention it on the list. But this can be a good thing for boat pose to help you at the start. I usually just do it like this. So you're sitting, resting back. You're kind of trying to sit up, have your legs straight. Take a few breaths in here. And this is also warming up the core and bringing the energy up from the root to the sacral into the core. Now we're going to move out of boat pose. You should be feeling a little bit warmer now. You should be feeling like your whole body, your prana is pervading and flowing, your body's circulating, and you feel really nice and warm, kind of getting a sweat going. Cat-cow is what we're going to move to next. And this is going to be for the navel chakra. And this is the solar plexus. The Ram is the mantra we're going to be doing in this. So cat-cow, you want your hands below your shoulders. You want your knees below your hips. And for cow, you're going to be having your shoulders back and down away from your ears, head up, and elongating your spine. And then cat, you round into it, exhaling, stomach to spine, and rounding your back up. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. We're going to do this a few times just to get the energy center warmed up. Full deep breath. Now we're going to soften cow. And now that when we're in cow, we're going to go ahead and do the Ram mantra. And if you want to, when you're exhaling in the Ram, move to the cat position. So, Ram. Or you can just do it all in the cow position. When you breathe in, you get back to cow. You can do Ram. And then come back and breathing in the last mantra of the Ram mantra. Ram. All right, so after cat cow, we're going to come back down to plank. And this is also just kind of keep the energy flowing to the whole body. So we've activated it, the root, sacral, and solar plexus. In the plank position, you want your hands under your shoulders, your feet. You can have them spread out. You can have them close together, whatever's comfortable for your body. And just at the end of the mat, we're just going to hold this for a moment. Breathe in completely. Breathing out completely. Focus on bringing the energy from the root to the crown. Inhaling up to the crown, exhaling from the crown down to the root. Bringing the energy through the channels. After the plank, we're going to go down to cobra and we're going to do yam. Move this up. Okay, so you can do sphinx pose if cobra is a little difficult. Sphinx pose looks like this. Your elbows will be by underneath your shoulders. Your hands will be up closer to you, like where your face would be if your face was down on the ground. Hands planted down, tops of the feet planted down. And you're just going to be holding yourself up, chest up, neck up, eyes up. Breathing in deep all the way into the root chakra, sacral chakra, heart chakra, or solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, which is where we're going to activate the heart chakra. If cobra is more effective for you, come up into cobra if it's accessible. And we're going to do yum. Yum. You're going to feel this in the heart. Make sure your shoulders are back and down, away from your ears, and your chest is open. Yum. Yum. We're going to do some downward dog, upward dog, and mountain pose. So move from here to downward dog. This is also getting the energy just to move and flow through. Take a moment, breathing all the way in. Take a few breaths, exhaling completely, deepening the pose. If you need to, loosen your legs. Pedaling out is a great way to loosen your legs in downward dog. A lot of people are tight in the hamstrings. This is a great way to loosen it up. Get comfortable in the pose. Also, it's okay if your heels aren't all the way down. Most people, it is difficult to do, especially if you're new to yoga. You want to have your hips all the way up to the sky that you can. Stomach to the spine, press in, pulling upward, spine straight. And then now we're going to come into upward dog. Coming down. Take a few breaths here. Your hands will be below your shoulders. You want to have your chest open, shoulders back, head up. Tops of your feet are facing down. Planted. Your hands are planted. You feel the energy coming up through. Take a few breaths, 2 deep breaths, all the way, breathing all the way in, and breathing all the way out with your breath. Follow your breath, not mine. All right, from upward dog, we're going to come to plank for a second. And you can step or you can hop up. And we're going to do forward fold, halfway bend, and breathing out, forward fold. We're going to do, this on me. So we're taking a moment just in mountain pose, Tadasana, for a quiet meditation, just kind of letting your body feel what all we've already done, activating the chakra centers, focus on the root, focus on the sacral, breathing into each and one of them separately, breathing out through each one of them separately. So take a few breaths, root in, root out, sacral in, sacral out, solar plexus in, solar plexus out, heart in, heart out. Okay, so from here, I'll go to this so you can kind of see me better. I just realized my head is cut off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll do a salutation, upward salute. Bring it down with namaste hands. We're going to come into a yogi squat. I just realized because I kind of, my head's cut off. So add this in, Malasana. And take just a moment to meditate on the breath, breathing in and out for a few moments. And it's a squat. You can rest your elbows on your knees, straight spine, shoulders back, down away from the ears. This is a great one for concentrating the energy that we just already activated and worked, and concentrates it down in a small ball. And now we're going to lengthen it back out into plank pose. Normally a vinyasa is pretty fast moving, but this is more meditative, so we're not really doing a fast or really an actual vinyasa. We're going to come to four-limb staff, so you want your elbows above your wrists, your body's a little bit forward on your tops of your feet are on the ground. Just kind of hold it for a moment. Four-limb staff. If this is too difficult for you, plank's a little bit easier, it's fine too. Or if both of those are not really in the works for you, go ahead and actually come all the way down and rest for a moment. You can just come all the way down, put your hands on your shoulder, put your hands by your face, above your shoulders, and take a moment of rest if that's more comfortable. Now we're going to come back to upward dog. And back down to a downward dog. Breathing in and out. Completely. We're going to come back to a yogi squat. And we're going to come into a warrior two. You're going to come up. You're going to step forward. You want your other foot at a slight angle, facing the front of your mat. Your front foot, you want your ankle under your knee. And you want that facing straight to the front of your mat. Your arms out, shoulders back. Face the front of your mat towards your front hand, gazing to the straight. forward and breathe all the way in. Breathe into the root. Breathe out the root. Breathe into the sacral. Breathe out the sacral. Breathe into the solar plexus. Breathe out the solar plexus. And this one is a really good one for the heart opening too. So breathe into the heart and really stretch. And feel your fingers trying to reach both the ends of the room. Breathing in. Breathing all the way up. All right, we're going to come into reverse warrior. Coming back, reach your hand down towards your back ankle. Your other hand reaching upward towards the sky. Lean backwards. We're just going to be here for a quick moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. And coming back to warrior 2. We're going to come down to a humble warrior. You can rest your arm on your knee. You can grab a block. Have it there if you need it. You can have it either on your knee, a little bit easier for most people, on the block. And your other hand is up above, reaching outward up. Breathing all the way in. Breathing all the way out. We're going to move back to warrior 2. We're going to come to switching the legs the other direction to the other side. Back to warrior 2. Facing the other direction. Breathing in to the root. Breathing out to the root. Facing your front hand, which would be the right side this time if you went the same direction with me. Breathing out to the root. Breathing into the sacral. Breathing out through the sacral. Breathing into the solar plexus. Breathing out from the solar plexus. Breathing into the heart. Breathing out the heart. Moving into reverse warrior. So your back hand goes towards your ankle. Your other hand up above reaches up and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Moving back to warrior 2. Taking a breath here before we go to humble warrior. And this part is mainly to activate our arms and our legs and spread the energy outward through the whole body, which is why it's a little bit faster too. So moving to humble warrior, you can put your arm on your knee, you can put your arm on a block, or you can put it on the floor. All right, coming back to warrior 2. Now straighten both your legs out. We are going to move back to yogi squat. So come in, just take your legs in a little bit. Come into the squat position with the Namaste Mudra. For a quick second, just check in with your body and your breath. Concentrating, we just expanded out all of our energy. We're concentrating it back down again. We're going to do a quick bija for the Om to bring the energy to the whole body while it's concentrated down like this. Om. 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 All right, so after yogi squat, we're going to come down into what's either called camel pose or there's thunderbolt pose. So if you can on your knees, sit on, come down your knees, sit on your heels. If that's not comfortable, you can also do easy pose, where you're just sitting in easy pose. straight spine, and that's a great modification. You need to do the modification of the easy pose. Just stay in the thunderbolt kind of extension position. Don't go into the camel position because that's not really accessible in easy pose. So camel pose is what we're going to be doing now. So you're going to reach back, have your hands on the back of your heels, spine extended, throat extended, head back, breathe all the way in, breathe all the way out. And we're going to do the throat bija here, hum, because we're opening up the throat. So like I said, if you can't do the full camel, just being in this pose, but having your neck extended, or in the easy pose, and just having it more like a cow pose, a modified cow and easy pose. Having your neck and chest up and extended is a good alternate. So back in the camel pose, if you can do it, we're going to do the bija. Breathe in real quick to settle your energies. Breathing in deeply to your throat. Breathing out deeply through your throat. Take a moment in this position to really feel your energy flowing in your body. And see if you can feel the energy systems doing anything, moving energy. Just be aware of your internal movement inside your body. Feel the breath and feel the energy flow. Slowly come out of camel pose. And you're going to come back to your knees. We're going to do a quick twist. So we're just going to come to the left side first. Put your right hand on your left knee, your left hand on your left shin, or not your left shin, your left heel. And just kind of twist back, look back, whatever's comfortable for your rotation that you can do. Take a deep breath. In and out. A few breaths here. And this really opens up all the stuff on these energy channels around the side. Opens it up and stretches out all the stuff that we normally aren't using, aren't actively at least. So notice a lot of blockages end up in this area, at least for me. We're going to come to center and come down like a child pose and just rest for a moment, stretching out. You want to lengthen your spine as much as possible. Pull your hands out as far as away from your hips pushing back towards your heels. Pressing down through your shins and top of your feet and your hands. Connecting with the earth. Feel the energy coming up from the ground. You can also put your forehead on the ground and feel the energy coming up to the forehead, like a third eye. Now we're going to come back up. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on the left side, onto the right side. So take your left hand on your right knee and your right hand on your left heel and twist. Breathing in for a moment, breathing out of the way. opening up the energy channels on our side body. If you feel any resistance, try to breathe into it lightly. Press into your body with the breath if you feel any resistance or blockages, and see if they release. Just gently, don't press hard, don't force anything. Just try to release anything that's stagnant and not moving. I'm going to come back to center. We're going to do child's pose. I'm going to turn myself around so I'm facing the front. Actually, so you can see me. All right, so we're going to do child's pose for the third eye, and we're going to do the Om mantra, Bija, in child's pose. Just get in the pose at first, you get comfortable, feel your breath. Take a few deep breaths before we do the mantra. You can focus on the third eye chakra. You can have it pressing against the ground. Have your hands firmly pressing against the ground, your shins, your tops of your feet, connecting with the energy of the ground, pulling it up into your body. Also decompressing and pushing out any excess built up energy that you don't want. Breathe into the chakras, the roots, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and then back down from the third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. Now take a moment of meditation, just feel the energy flowing after you've activated the chakra, and just feel the inside of your body, the energy moving. Meditate on this feeling for just a few more moments. And your breath, breathing all the way in, a few deep breaths. Enjoy the silence for just a moment. All right, for the crown chakra, you can either stay in child's pose, or if you are experienced with yoga and you have done shoulder pose, shoulder stand, then I would suggest move to shoulder stands a little bit better for the crown chakra, but the child's pose as well is just as great for the crown chakra as well as it's for the third eye chakra. And this time we're not going to do a mantra bija, it'll just be a moment of silence. So either go back into child's pose, or if you want to join me in shoulder stand, so you want to come flat first. All right, so take your knees, have your hands planted. You're going to pull your legs up, have your hands planted holding you up. It's a great way to have a base. You want to tighten the core, solidify your way you're sitting in your body, stacking your body. Make sure your spine is aligned. You can put your hands on the back, low back for support. Another great way. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stay right here for a moment. I have been doing this for quite a while, so I don't recommend this for many people, but I take my hands off for no support. I am just resting on my shoulders. You want to root down really good through the top of your shoulder, or for your shoulders and your back. The back of your neck, your back. Be very careful. Make sure you have good balance. I definitely recommend keeping some sort of base rooted to the ground if you're not experienced. Always pay attention to your body. And just enjoy the moment of silence for the meditation. Breathing deeply in through all the chakras and out through all the chakras. From the root, in and out. Sacral, in and out. Solar plexus, in and out. Heart, in and out. Throat, in and out. Third eye, in and out. Crown, in and out. And now enjoy your meditation for a few moments of silence. Just feel the energy in your body flowing through all the chakras. Connecting from the root to the crown. And then coming down, rolling back to your feet. And take a moment here just to kind of take a breath, get situated back in your body, and feel the energy flowing through, coming back into easy pose. We're going to be doing the smoking section. And I'll go grab my bong so I can give the explanation as well. So go ahead and get your smoking utensils, your bong, your cannabis, and everything that you need out. I'll give you a moment here.
I hope that you guys are all enjoying.
What was that?
I was just telling the audience, I hope that you guys are all enjoying this. I definitely am. So thank you so much, Sage.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that we got to do this. This was I kind of wish I could see the audience so I know where people are at with the poses and everything. So I try to put as many modifications as I can in there, but it's hard to do when you don't know what who's in the class. So let's go ahead with the smoking section. I'm going to go ahead and start explaining it while you're getting everything ready. All right, so the first breath, like I said before, we're going to breathe in through the root, sacral, and solar plexus on the first breath, and I recommend doing that with the smoke if you are going to partake in the smoking. And then for the next second breath, will be in the heart chakra. Third breath will be in the throat chakra. Hold, focus on the third eye, crown. And then focus on the crown, third eye, exhale through the throat, exhale through the heart, exhale through the solar plexus, sacral, and root. And I'll be reminding you, walking you through it for the first couple of rounds of it at least. All right, so go ahead and pack your bong. Now, because I'm in Oregon and we have certain laws, I can't do this kind of stuff in my apartment or on video. And different things that were like businesses can't do it in certain commercial locations, so I am not partaking. Also, because I'm giving a yoga nidra right afterwards, and this is about your practice, not mine. I don't partake during my teaching. I just instruct. All right, so go ahead and get your lighter ready. Inhale, the root, sacral, solar plexus. Inhale, heart. Inhale, throat. Hold. Third eye, crown. Crown, third eye. Exhale, throat. Exhale, heart. Exhale, solar plexus, sacral, root. Inhale. Root, sacral, solar plexus. Inhale, throat. Inhale heart. Inhale, throat. third eye, crown, crown, third eye. Bring your focus back down to the throat, exhaling. Exhaling out of the heart. Exhaling the solar plexus, sacral, and root chakras. Again, inhale. Root, sacral, solar plexus. Inhale, heart. Inhale, throat. Focus on the third eye and crown. Crown, third eye. Exhale, throat. Exhale, the heart. Exhale, solar plexus. Exhale, the sacral and the root. And I also just realized we're going to take a quick smoke break and we'll come back right to it. I wanted to do the alternate nostril breathing and I just realized I skipped that section. So, alternate nostril breathing. Take your thumb and your ring finger, one for each of the nostrils. You're going to put the other two fingers on your third eye. And we're going to be in easy pose. And we're just going to take this and clear the nostrils real quick. So breathing in the right, close the right, breathe out the left. Breathing in the left, close the left, breathe out the right, open the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Breathe in the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out the left. This will be the last one. Breathe in the left, close the left, open the right, breathe out the right. Take your hand down, breathe in both nostrils, breathe out both nostrils. Take a few moments just to balance your breath. Breathing in all the way, breathing out all the way, and feel the difference. You can actually compare how you feel now and in the next smoking section from how you did before when you were just smoking, and you can see the difference. So now grab your bong and get ready to do the breathing exercise that we went over with the 3-part breathing into the root, sacral, solar plexus, the heart, the third eye, or throat, then hold it for the third eye and crown. Hold for crown, third eye, out the throat, out the heart, out the solar plexus, sacral, and root. So get ready. Make sure you have your bong packed and ready to go. Give you another moment or so real quick and just take a second to take a breath and feel your body and your energy. Breathing in, breathing out, all the way. Ready to inhale? Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye crown, crown, third eye, throat, exhale, heart, exhale, solar plexus, sacral root, exhale, all the way empty. Breathe in with smoke or without, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye crown, crown, third eye, throat, heart, exhale the solar plexus, sacral, and root, all the way. Pushing all the way out. Breathing in, root, sacral, solar plexus, with or without smoke. Alternating the rounds, whatever feels comfortable in your body. Breathe in the heart. Breathe in the throat. Third eye crown. Crown, third eye. Exhale, throat. Exhale, heart. Exhale, solar plexus, sacral root. All the way, emptying your body. Inhaling again with or without smoke, depending on what your body wants. What feels comfortable. Root, sacral, solar plexus. Paying attention to the energies in your body, breathing into the heart, focusing on the heart center, breathing into the throat, focusing on the heart throat center, bringing the energy up into the crown and third eye, crown, exhaling the throat, exhaling the heart, exhaling the solar plexus, sacral root. And keep this rotation going. If you would like to add in the bandhas, the Mudahalara Bandha, the root bandha, or the Uddiyana Bandha with the solar plexus area, go ahead and tighten up for the root bandha, tighten up your pelvic floor with the inhale, focusing on the root, sacral, solar plexus. When you get to the solar plexus, focus on tightening the Uddiyana Bandha. Inhaling, and now inhaling into the heart next. Inhaling into the throat. Have your shoulders back and away from your ears. You can have your throat lock, push your throat back, put your tongue up onto the roof of your mouth, and connecting that energy, you can feel the energy flow from the root to the crown. Focusing on the third eye crown, third eye, exhaling the throat, exhaling the heart. You can keep the bandhas locked. Exhaling the solar plexus, sacral, and root. Inhale, root, sacral, solar plexus. Inhale, heart. Inhale, throat. Focus on third eye crown. Crown, third eye. Throat, exhale. Heart, exhale. Exhale, solar plexus, sacral root. Emptying your body completely. And then go ahead and do a few more rounds of this. And I'm going to go ahead and get my camera set up for the Yoga Nidra sound bath section. I got to reposition to a different section. And go ahead and run through this a few more rounds. Breathing in the root, sacral, solar plexus, in the heart, in the throat, in the third eye, and crown. Exhaling, focus on the crown, third eye, exhale into the throat, exhale from the heart, exhale from the solar plexus, sacral, and root. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set up for the next section with the sound bath.
Thank you, Sage. One of the things too that the LMC does is that we host a TBI support group, and they provide a lot of techniques for calming anxiety and stress. And I think that these breathing techniques that you're teaching us could also be very helpful. So I'll definitely share this video. So thank you. So I think that's
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'd love to help other veterans and other people with like disabilities out, because I know that civilians and veterans that all have these issues.
yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing all these various techniques.
I'm really glad to be able to do so. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. All right. Let me get this set up.
I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So maybe just right now because we're close to the mic.
Yeah, I am moving away from it right now. I just need to get it set up into position. Is that any better?
Yeah, now it's gone.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to move over to my sound bowls now. Put these in my water. There's one thing with yoga practice. It is very important to hydrate. Always stay hydrated because it uses a lot of energy, and that energy can be very draining to our water when it goes through all these different healing processes and it's doing a lot of work.
I found that actually is very true. When I went to my first sound bowl event, I slept really good that night, and I was really thirsty. So that's very true. So it's very interesting what sound and like meditation and yoga and all these different like ancient healing practices can do to you. Is that you will like sleep well, you'll like feel like you're like need to be hydrated. Um, yeah, so make sure that you take care of yourself and listen to like what your body needs.
All right, so now for the yoga nidra section, go ahead and lay back on your mats or in your beds, wherever you want to relax for the evening, because after the yoga nidra, it's perfectly great to just fall right into a deep sleep. You may actually fall asleep during the yoga nidra. It's perfectly normal as well. That's actually what a lot of people have a hard time staying awake during a yoga nidra practice. So go ahead and lay back. You can put a pillow under your head. You can put a bolster under your knees. You can put a blanket over you to cover you. Grab any crystals or anything that you might want to clear your energies and meditate with. It's best to have your palms open and flat with your palms facing up to the sky. And this is a position of openness that allows the gods to come and interact with you and work with you and help you heal, or the energies or spirits or whatever it is that your higher power is. All right, so when you're in a nice and relaxed state, go ahead and you're going to start the focus on our left foot. And I'm going to be playing some root chakra while we're activating the root areas. This is the root chakra sound bowl. Mine is on frequency 258 hertz. It's a C note. And I want you to first focus on feeling the root chakra vibrate in your left toes. Focus your breath, breathe into your left toes, and now your right toes. All the way to the tip of the toes. Breathing in, focusing your energy all the way to the tip of the toes. Now both feet, the toes, on both sides, the right and the left. Breathing in, expand that breath to the entire left foot. Now the entire right foot. And just try to follow my voice and follow the meditation. Try to stay awake. Now you're going to breathe in and focus the energy to your left shin. Now your right shin. Your left calf. Your right calf. Both legs from the feet, from the tip of your toes up to your knees. Your left thigh. Breathe in, focus on your left thigh. Focus on your right thigh. Bringing the energy and your prana into your right thigh. Now both legs together from the tip of the toes all the way up to your hips. Now focus your energy all the way down the root, the base of your spine, across your hips, up into the sacral, moving up, from the sacral, and the reproductive organs. Just let them balance out for a moment. Focus on them, breathing into them. Now we're going to bring the attention upward a little bit more to the solar plexus, the navel. Breathing in to the whole navel area, slowly bringing it up through the digestive system. Bringing it to balance, feeling all the energy flowing within the navel area. All the way up to the chest cavity. Allowing it to balance, breathing in and out, focusing on the sound. This is the solar plexus singing bowl. It is an E note, and it's 323 hertz. At least mine is. They all vary a little bit. Now bringing the focus into the right hand. The tip of the fingers on the right hand. And over to the left hand. Tips of the fingers in the left hand. Both hands together. This is the heart chakra singing bowl. Breathing into both hands together. The heart chakra is F note, and it's 344 hertz. Breathing into both the right wrist and the hands and the fingertips. And then separately into the left wrist, the hands, and the fingertips. Both hands, wrists, and fingertips together. Focusing the breath and the prana and the energy flowing up into the forearms on the right side. Breathe into the forearms on the left side. From the tips of the fingers on the right side all the way up to the elbow. Focus on your tips of the fingers on the left side all the way up to the elbow. And bring your attention back to both sides, from the tips of the fingers all the way up to the elbow. On the right side, focus your energy from the fingertips all the way up to your shoulder. On the left side, focus your energy from your fingertips all the way up to the shoulder. Pulling your energy onto both arms, from the tips of the fingers up to the shoulders. all the way up to the clavicles and down and through the whole chest, through the lungs, the heart. Bringing it up to the throat, focusing your attention on the throat. Breathing in and out through the throat. And bring your attention up to the third eye. Your right ear, your left ear, your eyes, all the way around your head like a headband, your third eye. Now bring the focus up to the crown, the top of your head, and slightly above your head. Your entire brain. In the third eye and the crown, focus your energy there. And all the light pouring in from above, from the higher power pouring into your crown. Now focus on your entire body, from your tips of your toes, the tips of your fingers, up through your legs, your hips, your sacrum, your navel, your fingertips, your hands, your chest, your heart, your throat, the third eye, and the crown, allowing the energy systems to balance out. Back down, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. We're going to do some energy clearing on each of the chakras now, starting with the root. Visualize a red lotus or a red disc, whichever one is easier for you to visualize, or red light, even just a glowing ball that is red, whatever is available to you today. It is in the whole area from the tips of the toes, the heels of your feet, all the way up to your pelvic floor, the base of your spine. You may have pains in your ankles and your knees and your calves and your hamstrings. This is all a part of the root chakra system. Moving any and all blockages, negative energies, negative intentions of others, and negative harmful thoughts, negative energies, blockages, bad cords, some people who may not get along with, just bad memories, stuck energy. Removing them all, dissolving the cords to things that are no longer helpful to us. And the things that were helpful but are no longer needed, dip them in healing waters and send them on their way so they're not holding you back. Removing the inflammation, pain, blockages from the adrenals, from the feet, from the legs, from our bones, our large intestine, our teeth. Grounding deeply into the earth, to the back of your heels that are planted on the ground. Getting a nice root support, deeply rooted, strong, undestroyable, unable to be cut. The roots are steel. They're stronger than steel. Your root base is solidifying, removing any imbalance, any harmful energy that may cause disease or pain or suffering of any sort, whether it be mental or physical, emotional, energetic. Removing any poisons from the joints, any negative energies, because a lot of the stuff we have in the food and the waters that is toxic to us builds up in our muscles, in our fat. Let it release, let it detox out safely without causing any symptoms. Let it balance out and re-harmonize our system, removing the toxicities that we come into day with on a daily basis. And just focus on the sound for a little bit in silence and let it calibrate the root chakra to the sound. Don't forget to breathe all the way in, deeply into the root chakra.
Exhaling deeply into the root chakra.
Chakra. Sacral chakra now. So, the sacral chakra is the location of the genitals, lower abdomen, the organs that it works on, body parts of the ovaries, testicles, bladder, circulatory system, and womb, restoring the functions of pleasure and desire, sexuality and reproduction. The color is orange if you want to meditate on the lotus or just a glowing light, the color orange in the sacral area of your body. Water. And just meditate to the sound, breathing in and out, deeply and completely, in and out. The breath on the center, removing any negative energy, harmful energy that may have been affecting us. Dissolving all the negative cords and dipping all the good cords that are just no longer holding us back in healing waters and sending them on their way. More breaths into the sacral chakra before we move into the solar plexus chakra. Breathe all the way in, all the way out to the sacral chakra. Moving now to the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, celestial stem. This is the navel area. Bring your breath in and out to the navel center. Meditate on the color yellow for a low disc or even just a glowing light, whatever you have access to. Visualization. Singing bowl works on the adrenal digestive system, muscle, pancreas. The functions it works on have to do with willpower, motivation, drive. Move any and all arm cords with back, getting away, blocking us. The healing place, putting in balance, dipping in all the negative cords, dissolving them, dipping in waters, even the helpful to us for holding us back, dipping in waters. The solar plexus, navel area, a few more moments, calibrating it with the sound, focusing patient breath on the dissolving all negative energies, harmful, restoring the flow. Heart chakra, and your energy is focused up to the heart, lungs, arms. The body parts associated with the heart is the thymus, lungs, heart, pericardium, and hands. Love, life, following the steps. The thyroid, arms and hands. Unlock your creativity, your communication. Colors bright blue if you want to meditate. Lotus, your blue light. Access. Breathe in, throat, focus or 387 hertz that my balancing out chakra, moving up the third eye chakra, Anja, see and the light
purple, indigo is a good color to meditate upon as the disc or the lotus
or
or the It's
in the center of your forehead, between your eyes,
tested at the
pineal
pineal
gland, functions
sight.
sight,
Remove any negative energies, blockages, covers.
of
The third eye is often covered. Remove the covers, remove the blockages, remove the
cord,
cords, remove the deceit, remove manipulation,
manipulation from others,
lies,
lies,
block,
Arthur, moving, opening this little
Before I
I
did
did
a
a
lot
of sound bath and energy work. I was my dog without him being, I couldn't see him. All my detoxing vision actually stopped. What normally came with a lot of meditation. I'm stuck. I hand core vision. Balancing out your third eye, removing all the cords, all the blockages. Maybe your vision can get better. Detoxing out the chakra, any blockages, impurities, imbalances, harmful energies, lies, manipulation, bad cords, any cords attached that are no longer helpful or were harmful. Dip them in healing waters and send them on their way. They're no longer needed here. Balancing out and clearing the third eye chakra. Leaving it open for good information, clear information, insight, and truth and wisdom. Moving into the crown chakra, the wisdom chakra, the consciousness chakra. Means Sarasara means thousandfold, eternal. It has to do with our consciousness, the top of our head and above our head. It works on our pituitary gland, our cerebral cortex, central nervous system. And the function is wisdom, intellect, understanding, consciousness. Color is white or violet if you want to meditate upon a white or violet lotus, disc, or just a glowing light. Those are all great meditations for clearing and balancing and restoring the flow for any of the chakras, particularly the crown chakra. Focus on the vibration, clearing out your chakra, removing any blockages, imbalance, harmful energies, negative energies, influences from others that is maybe wrong information. You see a lot of this with the propaganda and the government. Blocking out the wrong information, seeing the spirit of the truth. Seeing the wisdom and the truth in all. Removing the wrong information from deceiving us. In the Vedas, they talk about Maya, delusion. And this world is full of it. It's important to be able to see above and see through and see the wisdom and the intellect and the truth behind everything. You can easily get caught up and stressed out. Releasing all those negative cords that cause stress, anxiety, negative thoughts, negative emotions, wrong thinking, harmful thoughts, harmful energies, blocked thoughts, destructive thoughts, distracted thoughts. Dissolving all those cords in healing waters and sending them on their way, as well as any good cords that were helpful and beneficial at one point may now be holding you back. Memories often hold us back, and if something is holding you back, it's time to let it go. Dip it in the healing water and let it drift away. Memory will always be there when you need to pull it back. Calibrate your crown chakra for wisdom, intellect, and connection with the divine. Balancing it out and moving all the blockages. Just focus on the sound for a little while longer. And that is a 485 hertz crystal bowl with a B note for the crown chakra. Clearing all the blockages, restoring the balance and the flow to allow that divine light, pure wisdom, that intellect to flow right in and guide your way. May the pure light, the pure wisdom, knowledge, and bliss radiate throughout all your chakras and guide your way and connect you with the divine. Connecting the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root chakra, bringing the energy back down from the crown, straight down to the root. Stopping at each of the ones along the way, going back up to the crown. Getting the energy flowing up and down through each and every one of the chakra centers. Crown, third eye, throat. Focus on the heart. Focus on the solar plexus. Sacral. Bringing it down, down, down into the root. We're going to spend a couple moments on each chakra, just listening to the sound, enjoying the sound bath to recalibrate, balance, align each of the chakras to each other, harmonizing. Harmonizing the root chakra to the sacral chakra. Bringing in the solar plexus to harmonize with the two, the sacral and the root chakra. The first breath in, the first section we breathed into. Root, sacral, and the solar plexus. And this is what we're focusing on for the moment, balancing out these three chakras, harmonizing them together. So that the energy flowing amongst them, between them, is unblocked. Oftentimes, energy in the transition areas between the chakras gets blocked. You feel this is like cramps in your navel area or in the sacral area. Feel blocked energy. Constipation is another sign of blocked energy. You want to restore flow. Flow and function. Flow is function. What's at rest stays at rest. What's in motion stays in motion. Right now we're at rest, but we're also trying to make our energy system in motion to heal. While our physical body's at rest, we're in an internal practice. Spinning discs, balancing them, harmonizing them. Now moving up the focus to the heart chakra, including that in along with the solar plexus, harmonizing it to the sacral and the root. This is the second breath in. We'll be expanding the breath that you took in from the root, sacral, and solar plexus with the heart chakra, extending the smoke throughout your body, pressing fresh air and oxygen in, harmonizing these chakras to focus on the medicine through your body in each of these areas, treating and healing, harmonizing and putting your body back in the homeostatic state for healing, utilizing the cannabis efficiently, effectively, and completely. Now we're going to add in the throat chakra and the harmonizing it with the rest of the chakras. This is the third breath, the final breath in. Assimilating it upward towards the head, the third eye, and crown. Breathe in and out through all the chakras from the throat. Breathe in and out the heart. Breathe in and out the solar plexus. Breathe in and out the sacral. Breathe in and out the root. Just following your breath, breathing in and out through all the chakras. You can breathe in through the root, sacral, solar plexus. Out through the root, sacral, solar plexus. You breathe into the heart, out through the heart. Breathing in through the throat, out through the throat. I'm going to add in the third eye and the crown. Start with the third eye, making the harmony go upward, bringing the energy up from the throat, breathing in and out the third eye, breathing in third eye, out the throat, in the heart, out the solar plexus, in the sacral, out the root. Breathe in the root, out the sacral, in the solar plexus, out the heart, in the throat, in the third eye, allowing them all to harmonize and be balanced, and energy flowing up and down through them all. Unblocked, balanced, and inflow, allowing good energy in, moving up to the crown, breathing in and out of the crown, the pure white or violet light coming in and out from the divine source into our crown, radiating down. Breathe out through the third eye, breathe in through the throat, breathe out through the heart, in through the solar plexus, breathe out through the sacral, breathe in through the root. Breathe out through the root. Breathe out, breathe in through the sacral. Breathe out through the solar plexus. Breathe in through the heart. Breathe out through the throat. Breathe in through the third eye. Breathe out through the crown. Breathe in and out of the crown for just a few moments, focusing solely on the crown. Breathing in and out of the crown. Now breathe in and out of the root. Breathe in and out of the heart. Breathe in and out of the third eye. Breathe in and out of the crown. Breathing in and out of the crown. Now breathe in and out of the throat. Bringing your breath and your attention to your solar plexus, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out of the root. Energy doesn't just flow directly between the ones that are right next to each other, but they also flow between the chakras and nadis indirectly. So that's why I do them in and out of order as well, is to get the extra connections that are normally missed when you just do a straight line. Breathing in and out the root. Breathing in and out the sacral. Breathing in and out the heart. Breathing in and out the crown. Breathe in and out of the third eye. Breathe in and out the throat. Breathe in and out the solar plexus. Breathe in and out the root. Now that all the energy channels amongst the and in between the different chakras should be nice and clear and balanced, harmonized and flowing without blockages. Bring your attention to the root, sacral, solar plexus, going up to the heart, throat, third eye, crown. We're going to put some protection, healing up around your body. Visualize a glowing egg, a white glowing egg, protective body around your body, like a shell, protecting you from everything negative and harmful being sent your way. Visualize this protective shell outside of your auric field just a little bit, so that nothing can deharmonize your chakras and your nadis. Feeling this protection around them, so that your flow and your function may continue. You may heal uninterrupted. Sleep restfully throughout the night for optimal healing and rest, recalibration of your energy systems. At this time, it's just going to be a sound bath for the remainder, and feel free to drift off to sleep after we go back down to the chakras. Going back down from the focus on the crown. We're going to root yours back down to the ground, taking it from the crown to the third eye, throat, down to the heart, relaxing all these systems, balancing them out, harmonizing them. Solar plexus, sacral, and now the root. At this point, it is perfectly okay to just enjoy the rest of the sound bath, drift off into a nice sleep, or go off on a journey enjoying your visualization that you may be getting from connecting with the divine source. through activating the chakras and energy system. You have balance and harmony in your body for healing, experiencing bliss and connection with the divine as you'll understand it. May your mind, your body, and your soul connect for the healing that your body needs. Putting it back in a state of homeostasis and balance. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today, and just enjoy the rest of the sound bath.
I love this. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sage, for, all this, for sharing your healing journey with us, for sharing all these different practices. I can see that, all these ancient practices that are, the yoga medicine, that Ayurvedic medicine, cannabis, that.
I appreciate having the time and being able to share it. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
hope that the sound came through right and with sound bowls and everything. And I hope everything was really relaxing. I hope everyone really enjoyed this.
Yeah, like I said, this has been different than all the webinars that we've done before. You and I have done like several different tests trying to like work out the sound, how we're going to do it with the different cameras and different computers and everything like that. But like I said, this has been wonderful. You provided all this information and all these different practices. This has been really interesting. You provided all this great information. People can definitely use these practices to avoid medications that they're possibly taking, and just use natural medicines and practices instead. There's a lot of veterans that can benefit from this, so this has been wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm really happy to get to share the information. Thank you so much for doing the webinars.
Yeah, and it's really cool too. That's really cool that Emmerich Noble Glass made that really cool piece. That's so cool, and how it represents all the different chakras. And I think that's one really cool takeaway. Is one, if people really can take one away. Like there's several things they've learned, but one thing that people can really take away is like the different chakras, the different colors, and how like they align with the different parts of the body, and like the breathing techniques that can help calm people down, and how they can be used every day. That's really cool, and that's
You
really
can do
cool.
them anywhere, anytime.
That
That's one thing I
into,
love
like,
about them. You don't need any tools.
yeah, and so that's really cool how you taught us that, and that's really cool how Ember Glass, incorporated it. So, thank you for all the work that you put into this. So, yeah, that's really cool. So, how can people get a hold of you if they wanted to like learn more about what you're doing?
So I do have a lot of my contact information in the PDF. You can email me at sagesamoreorganics@icloud.com. It's just sages, SAGESAMORE organics. sagesamoreorganics@icloud.com is a great way to contact me. You can call me at 458-273-6861, or you can reach me on my online. I have Standstore, eBay. I'm also on some social media. I'm still getting used to that. I'm not the best at technology, so it's a learning process for me with social media. So yeah, I appreciate it. I am also on YouTube.
Yeah. What's your YouTube on? What's your YouTube page?
It is Sages and More Organics.
Okay. It's easy when you just keep it all the same. I try to do that too. So
yeah, it definitely helps because it gets confusing.
Yeah, this has been really cool. I think you've been wonderful. I have definitely been able to just relax and enjoy and just be guided on a wonderful experience with you too. And I've learned things, like I said, from you that I haven't really picked up with other people, but I've enjoyed, all the people that I've worked with. So, but this has been wonderful. I've loved working with you. Thank you so much for everything that you've put into this presentation. I look forward to like other webinars that we can do together. So thank you so much for being our presenter today on the Friends of the Farm lecture series.
I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys many more times in the years to come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as like a regular
Appreciate it.
guest, I mean, you'll always be like in the chat, and we'll do another webinar. Like I said, we'll do more along this line. I think this has been good and people have really enjoyed it. So thank you again for being on, and to Emmerich Noble Glass, and everyone for watching and for being part of this webinar too, and for like all the
Yeah,
work
thank
that
you,
you put
Candace.
into it, because we've made this, we're going to do different like shots and different like set changes and stuff. So thank you for all the work we put into this. Thank you.
And I really appreciate all the work you put into this as well, Candace. Thank you so much, and everything you do with the Friends of the Farm, Pharmacy web series. I really appreciate it. And Emmerich, it was awesome what he did with the bong. It's a piece of art.
I agree.
I really appreciate the work that he did on that. It was above and beyond what they normally do, and it's just, I really can't believe how well it came out.
Yeah, it's super cool. Well, we hope that we were
Thank
able
you
to share.
guys. Thanks all the viewers too for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone who's tuning in, watching this, and gaining information.
Yeah,
Expanding their minds. It takes a lot to give the time to do anything like that.
Yeah. And they're all saying namaste. Love it. See,
Namaste to you as well. Thank you.
Well, I hope we were able to share some information that will help you all become better informed cannabis consumers, and that the information that we shared will help you find relief. We look forward to seeing you again in the future for another episode of the Friends of the Farm lecture series, and hope that you all stay safe and well. Until next time, namaste. And be well. All right. Love it.
Namaste. Thank you.